Greetings, YouTube. Omega Dawn of Legends here. So, Marvel Contest of Champions has announced that they will be coming out with 8 possible characters, one for you to choose from, that can actually be created and put into the game. So, as you can see, these are a list of the characters that they came up with. I think it's a very, very interesting list. I'm going to go through a brief synopsis of which characters' powers, their affiliation, how it could possibly be used for certain synergies if indeed they follow a certain storyline, if you are a Marvel nerd like myself. So without further ado, let me start talking about each character that we have presented right here. And the first character that we have up on the top left is Okoye. So a lot of people may only know her from the Black Panther movie, but she was actually first appearance was in 1998 in Black Panther #1. So that's where she comes from. And then obviously her affiliations with Black Panther could be King T'Challa and also King T'Chaka. So with that being said, I think that if they do create this character, if people indeed actually vote for her, I think it'd be cool to have another person that from Wakanda in actually Marvel Contest of Champions, because then it'll also enhance Killmonger and Black Panther, possibly both of them. And I think that her fighting style will be a lot like Proxima Midnight's. So she doesn't have any like superhero powers, but obviously she's a master of martial artists and hand-to-hand combat. And then obviously with the Wakandan technology, kind of like how Proxima Midnight's technology with her I don't know if you want to call that a sword, but whatever that thing is that she holds, Proxima Midnight, I believe Okoye would have something similar like that. And with that Wakandan technology, I think also these synergies will actually enhance other characters that are already in the game and make them more useful. And number 2, we have Hercules. I'm pretty sure that everybody know who Hercules is, has heard of the name Hercules, who is an Olympian when it comes to the Marvel cinematic universe. Just Marvel in general. Hercules is an Olympian who has superhuman strength, durability. He's up there in power as far as like with the Hulk and Thor. He's up there. He's on a godlike type level when it comes to power and just his overall popularity too. Now obviously he's not in the game yet, but I think this be a hell of an addition to the game, just as far as how his synergies can go because of his team affiliations. You have the Olympians, which could create a segue for more characters to be in the game. But not only that, then, like I said, team affiliations, the Olympians, the Argonauts, Avengers, Champions, Damage Control, Defenders, such like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and these characters. Heroes for Hire, God Squad. So there's a lot of potential, not only just for him, the character, but what it could bring to the game as far as other synergies and things like that. So I think Hercules will be a hell of an addition. I wish we could get 3 of these characters because I already know which 3 I want to pick, but I'm just giving everybody a brief synopsis of characters if you're not too familiar and they're important. Some are going to have longer detailed inscriptions because they're more important to the to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and just Marvel anything. These characters are phenomenal. Now, number 3, we have Morbius. So, obviously, those who don't know Morbius by his actual name, Morbius, aka Dracula. So we have Dracula, aka Morbius here, for those who don't know. Now, Morbius definitely would be a very nice addition to the game as well. Just having that character, Dracula / Morbius, however you want to look at it. First of all, he has superhuman strength, speed, senses, and durability. He can fly. He can hypnotize you. It has an accelerated healing factor. So I like to see his healing factor, especially when he makes you bleed, because obviously his reliance is on consuming human blood. So that would be an interesting thing to see in the game as well, especially because that would not only enhance him, but think about Blade. Blade has always been a great character in the game, but I think that'll add another level to Blade, to what he already has. Probably his regeneration may even spike more, or his bleeds may even spike more. and be more damaged. So there's a lot of interesting things that can happen with the addition of Morbius to Marvel Contest of Champions for sure. And on top of that, his team affiliations are the Midnight Suns, Armor, Legion of Monsters, and Shield, which is very interesting. So that would add a different dynamic too to all the characters who have the tag Shield in Marvel Contest of Champions. Another classic character that I would love to see, but unfortunately we can only choose one. So we have Dazzler, the fourth character that is an option for us to vote into the game of Marvel Contest of Champions. Now, Dazzler, she is a mutant, and recently this game has had a lot of powerful mutants enter the game. Most recently, one of the more powerful or most powerful mutants, you should say, is Apocalypse and also Professor X. So what those mean into the game, those really made a lot of mutants a lot more powerful. So for me, I don't particularly want another mutant in this game right now, especially with the other options that we have available. But Dazzler's her team affiliations are the Gladiators, New Excalibur, the 198, Shield, X-Men, A-Force, and Herald of Galactus. So it depends. If she's a Herald of Galactus, then that may add another level to her. And if Galactus ever does come into the game, but that would be an interesting character and interesting synergy if indeed Galactus is made into the game. So as far as Dazzler goes, if that incarnation of her as her being a Herald of Galactus, that will make her pretty much off the baseline a god tier champion, if and when indeed that is becomes a possibility. So her base powers are that she's able to convert sound into light beams of various forms and intensity. So she kind of basically, can take energy, transform it, and use it against you. I don't know. I'm not gonna vote for her though. But that's just a brief synopsis of Dazzler. So number 5, we have Blue Marvel. In the Blue Marvel, his source of power is the energy that's released from antimatter, which derives from the interdimensional universe called the Negative Zone. So he's a very powerful character in the Marvel universe, and this will give more synergies to characters like Annihilus and other various characters, as he belongs to the Mighty Avengers, the Ultimates, and then of course the United States Marine Corps. So he may have some type of synergies with the Captain America, like Civil War or World War II, those type of characters. That's a possibility if they do want to create those scenarios and synergies that way. It's a very powerful character. He has superhuman strength, speed, stamina, reflexes. He has something that's called deny invulnerability. And what this does is it makes him capable of withstanding a tremendous amount of impact forces, exposure to temperature and pressure extreme. So he may have some type of immunity to like incinerate and things like that. Maybe not full immunity, but to the point where the effects of that, like as far as incinerate, are not as effective as they normally would be. Like a high defense against that. He's also able to sustain energy blasts and things like that too without sustaining a significant amount of injury. So you have a high defensive caliber character as well for Blue Marvel. And his flight, he could actually fly. So and he manipulates his flight with gravitations of magnetic fields. He can control molecular movement and use superhuman speed. So you see, he's a pretty powerful character, almost like a Superman slash male Marvel character. And he also has energy generation as well, so he can manipulate energy for various effects, including energy constructs. So he does release his energy in the form of energy blast, including force bolts, stun bolts, and energy pulses. So he may have a lot of utility, may be able to stun, do a lot of things, and he's a powerful hero. So he does ramp up the longer that you use him, especially when you know his history as far as Marvel goes. And at number 6, we have the Omega Prime Sentinel. That is the character's name in the Marvel universe, but for MCOC purposes, Marvel Contest of Champions, called the Omega Sentinel. So this character originates from India and was a police officer who then got transformed into this Omega Prime Sentinel via the Operation Zero Tolerance program, of course, which has to do with science and genetic manipulation and things of that nature. So this character is actually very powerful because the abilities that they, of course, they have superhuman strength, speed, reflexes, and endurance, and this is through the nanite technology. So she could have a lot of utilities when it comes to immunity and also certain tech, like maybe be able to have synergies with the smartest tech people that you know, like a Kang and an Iron Man, definitely an Iron Man Infinity War and characters like that. So her strength, they said, in durability were enhanced after she was rebuilt by the Beast. So this is where the X-Men play a role into this character's development. So there may be some synergies as well with some mutants. So this would make her utility even more powerful. She also has the ability to fly. So she can fly. She can also have adaptive regeneration to repair any physical injury or damages that she received. So this character may have a lot of regeneration abilities too, depending on which way that Marvel Contest of Champions wants to incorporate this character, if indeed this character does win the vote. Definitely a very interesting character. Did not know really much about this character at all, but this would not be a valuable. Would not be a bad choice as far as voting for a character. But so far, the most that I like is Hercules and Morbius. Those are the two characters I like. I actually like Blue Marvel as well. So one of those three, I think they may be my top three based on what I've seen so far. Please like and subscribe to the video if you indeed like this video, informative, and would like to see more content like this based on Marvel and Marvel Contest of Champions. And now we have number 7, which is Ironheart. Yeah, not much is known about this character. This character is new to the Marvel Universe and made the debut back in 2016. So Ironheart is actually a 15-year-old engineering student that lives in Chicago. And after her father died, the character, whose name is Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, was taken in by her paternal aunt and her mother, Ronnie. So anyway, this character is pretty similar to what you would say Tony Stark, as the technology is based off of Tony Stark and some of the equipment that she had stolen from her school. So with that being said, this character would be basically another version of a Iron Man, but just with altered AI and weaponry, but pretty much the same. Again, not too much is known about this character. I don't particularly would waste a vote on this character, but hey, some people think things differently. Maybe it's a rare character to some, but as for me, with the characters on this list, that may be one of the last ones that I would choose. So now, number 8, we have Morgan Le Fay. Now, this character is one of the supervillains of the Marvel Universe and has a lot of relation when it comes to Doctor Strange and also Doctor Doom. According to the research, Morgan Le Fay was a former lover of Doctor Doom, and she also has ties with Doctor Strange, as she was portrayed in the first television film Doctor Strange in 1978. So there may be a lot of stories tied up with her and Doctor Strange coming up, or to lead to in further MCU movies. And usually MCU and MCOC, Marvel Contest of Champions, usually coincides with each other as far as what characters are to come. Now this character is a supervillain, as I said, and is very, very powerful. Can manipulate mystical energy. She has the ability to control minds and is one of the most powerful sorcerers on planet Earth. She can manipulate the mystical energy by the natural environment of Earth and also the environment of the astral plane in which she once existed. She can cast illusions, project mystical bolts, and also can create mystical force shields and remove spirits from their bodies and place those spirits under her control. And when she's in physical form, she can fly and change her shape into other people or animals. She also has healing powers. So to me, it seems like 4 characters would have a chance and ability to be like semi-god or beyond god tier champs. And that would be Blue Marvel, Hercules, Morbius, and Morgan Le Fay. So to me, out of those 4 characters, those are the 4 that would really have to be the final 4 for me. And then obviously to me, I mean, it got to be a clear-cut choice between Hercules and Morbius. Blue Marvel, you could switch him in there too. I don't know. It's really hard. It's really those 4, but I wouldn't be mad if any one of those 4 make the game. I know I'm gonna vote. I have 2 different accounts, so I'll vote 1 for 1. You know, 1 for one account, 1 for the other. Maybe one Hercules, the other Morbius, or Blue Marvel. I'm not sure. So with that being said, family, leave a comment below. Tell me which character you would like to see in the game, why, and if you have a Marvel Contest of Champions account, you can leave your account below too. I can give you a rating on your account. If you send the email, leave your email below so I can contact you. We can get it in. And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and share it with as many people that you would find this video to be informative and help out with Marvel Contest of Champions. Peace and one love. Omega Don of Legends out.